judge Micheal. Back judge Ron Winchester. And of course the legendary clock operator Pat Ray.
From Holy Trinity High School in Hicksville, New York, it's time for an NYCHSFL playoff matchup between the Mount St. Michael's Mountaineers and your Holy Trinity Titans. Hello and good afternoon, I'm Dom Grasso and I'm joined here at Mr. M. The Titans are missing 3 of their starters. What will it take for the Titans to pull off a win and advance in the playoffs?
Well, it's going to take some big performances from their two-way players, Demarion Singh, Ian Williams, Marcus Abelard here as we get started.
We spoke to multiple Titans during the week. How have they prepared for the playoff matchup?
Well, they've said, as we see the kickoff here, returned by Marcus Abelard. Big return here.
Abelard, right sideline. The Titans will start at the 45 in Mount St. Michael territory. We didn't even get to finish the intro.
And a good start.
Yeah, that looked like it was just really good blocking up front from the Holy Trinity special teams there. And a good open lane there for Marcus Abelard. Gets up past the 50, and they'll start in enemy territory.
Looks like it was 82 on the tackle. It was Bennett. And we'll see the Titan offense come on the field after they steamed past Nazareth in a 34-0 win just last week. They look to keep it going. Williams and Singh in the backfield. Takes the snap, hands off to Singh. He's met at the line. He's going to push forward to maybe get back to the line, maybe even more.
Number 12.
It'll be second down.
Looks like you had Victor Declan on that tackle there, and a good way to start off for the Mount St. Michael defense. Not allow any yardage here and force a second and long.
2nd and 10.
Holy Trinity ended their regular season on 2 wins, St. Peter's
Ian Williams
and Nazareth. They beat Mount St. Michael's earlier in the year by a touchdown,
2nd down.
a score of 26-19. They look to keep it rolling here. 3 wide receivers on the top. Williams takes the snap. He throws it deep. It is dropped.
Pass incomplete.
It was 14 breaking up the pass.
Of Rink.
Darnell Rink couldn't hang on to that one through contact.
Almost.
Yeah, that was a pretty good throw by Ian Williams there. I thought he put it in a spot where Rink could get it, but just good defense there by number 13, I believe that was Chase Butler. So good job there defensively. I think Rink maybe could have helped, gone up and tried to take it away from him, but just good defense. And 3rd and long now.
3rd and 10. 45-yard line, Mount St. Michael territory. Williams takes the snap, hands off to Singh. He is stopped 2 yards from the line of scrimmage. It looked like Victor Declan on the tackle. It'll be 4th and 8.
Well, that was a good job by the Mount St. Michael defense. You had a lot of blockers out there on the left edge for Holy Trinity, but the defense for Mount St. Michael able to avoid the blockers and be agile, be quick, and get there and tackle Singh. So now you've got a 4th and long here, and it looks like they might go for it.
Williams, 5 wide. 3 receivers on the bottom, 2 on the top. Snap. Williams drops. He'll throw left side. It is incomplete.
Pass incomplete.
Mount St. Michael's will take control
Grafton.
at the 45.
So a turnover on downs.
Well, Alexander John was on the coverage there, and that was great coverage. It looks like you had zone defense, maybe cover 3, and that leaves you one-on-one on the outside there with Jay Sean Grafton. So, we saw Grafton last time the Titans had a home game. He had some big plays, so that's good coverage there.
That's exactly right. Grafton had a touchdown last home game.
1st down.
We'll see Jacob Jimenez taking the snaps for Mount St. Michael's. They'll hand it off. He'll break a tackle or two. He'll be sprung forward. It looked like it was Williams on the tackle.
St. Michael.
It'll be second and medium.
First run, so it'll be second.
Yeah, that was a good job by the defensive end there. Skylar Richardson, I believe that was, came in and cleaned up the play from the back end there. So good job, but good starting run there for Mount St. Michael. Second and manageable.
Jimenez under center. Flag is thrown.
And whistle.
Looks like pre-snap motion. It is a false start. That'll push Mount St. Michael's back 5.
So the call's illegal.
And that could be big here because, typically when you talk about these second and shorts, that's a time where, the offense can really use any play in the playbook. And now second and more medium, more consistent, now you've got to stay on schedule here with this play.
Exactly right. Some head coaches would like to take a shot on 2nd and 3, knowing that they have the extra down, but the false start pushes them back, as we'll see them come out on 2nd and 8. Snap, handoff. He slips free, middle of the field, and he's dropped down.
A touchdown
at the 8.
Tackle by number 6.
Touchdown saving tackle by Eric Hayes, as it was Victor Declet on the run.
Well, you had really good blocking up front there. The running back looked like he slipped a few tackles, but never really the defensive line never really had a clean shot at him. But good job by Eric Hayes to run that down from the back end.
First down, Mount St. Michael's.
Mount St. Michael's in the red zone. Snap, handed off. He's met at the line. Maybe he got a yard. Declet on the carry once again.
5-0 with the tackle, 5-0.
Looked like Skylar Richardson on the tackle.
And this could be a big sequence here. First and goal, and now second and goal. This could be a big swing in the game. I mean, last time that we saw Demarion Singh had that huge fumble return touchdown. So these goal line situations have huge effects on the game.
That's my only prayer for today.
Jimenez under center. Handoff. He cuts into a hole. Touchdown, Mount St. Michael's.
Touchdown, Mount St. Michael's.
They'll jump ahead early after the defensive stop and a quick drive led by Victor Declet.
Yeah, and that was good running by Declet all drive. I mean, he saw the holes there forming, and really good blocking up front is of course where it starts. But Declet able to spot it, able to be decisive, turn up field, cut up field, and run through some arm tackles and get into the end zone there ultimately at the end of the drive.
Bennett lines up to kick the extra point. Snap, hold, kick
is up.
Through.
And the kick is
Mount St. Michael's early 7-0 lead.
So with 7:23 left.
And the Titans will come back on the field.
First, 7-0.
Well, now we'll see the resiliency of the Titans. When you receive and you have a big kickoff return like they did with Abelard, and then instantly it turns into a 4-and-out and then a touchdown the other way. That could be really demoralizing early in the game. That's almost as bad of a start as you could have. So we're going to see the resiliency here of the Titans. Can they bounce back? Can they get something going offensively here, and maybe get sparked by another big return?
Exactly right. When you get that far into Mount St. Michael territory, especially on the opening kickoff, the offense didn't even have to do anything. To go 3-and-out is a big booster on this Mount St. Michael defense. But let's see what the Trinity offense can do here.
Run it back to the house!
Even though it's moving, only when I click.
Kick received at about the 5. It's Abelard once again. He'll slip free. He finds a hole. Left sideline. And he's pushed out of bounds at the 50. Abelard on these returns. He has 2 going into Mount St. Michael territory as Trinity will start at midfield.
Yeah, and that's 2 kickoffs in a row where the kick was kind of awkward. You saw Abelard had to sort of reach back for it. It didn't really like run through the catch, which is more of what you want, with the typical form that you want. But still, Abelard able to be elusive, be quick, get to the edge there, have good blocking up front, and you get a big return once again.
Rink and Abelard paired on the bottom. Hen up top. Williams looking to take it himself, and he'll be wrapped up a yard behind the line, 2nd and 11.
Yeah, and you had defenders right in Ian Williams' face as soon as he held the ball there. It looked like number 77 for Mount St. Michael. That would be Daniel Hamilton. Really, really good job penetrating there, and also, being disciplined, staying, waiting, understanding that Ian Williams is very athletic, very, very agile, and you have to cover him on those plays where you can't just crash down on Demarion Singh.
2nd and 11. Singh in the backfield with Williams. Williams drops, throws short, and he's wrapped up. A 1-yard pass tackled by Owen Collins.
Yeah, and that's definitely not what you want there on 2nd and long. It's good to get a little completion there, and maybe hope that Rink can break a tackle or two to make it more 3rd and manageable. But able to crash down really quick there, and they need to hit some more intermediate deep passes to open up that underneath for that to work early in this game.
So for the 2nd drive in a row, the Titans will be facing a 3rd and long at about midfield. Williams drops back. Throws short to Hen. Hen wrapped up by 2 defenders, trying to fight free. And he's wrapped up at around the 44.
Catch made by Joseph Hen.
Good tackle there by Chavayo. Hen there, good strong catch. Thought, maybe he had a chance to break a tackle there just based on the angle. But 2 guys strong enough to bring him down, and now you've got 4th and short here. This is definitely go for it territory for Holy Trinity.
4th and 3 at the 43. 2 receivers on each side of the line. Singh in the backfield. Titans looking at the sideline. Looks like there will be a timeout taken by Holy Trinity with 4:44 to go.
Timeout. Holy Trinity.
And it looks like they almost, jumped. They almost jumped on the Mount St. Michael's side there, maybe trying to force an offsides there to get a free first down. But the timeout here, typically when they take a timeout like that, you think they're going to punt, but this is really not punt range here. Especially in a high school game where the special teams is not, expert level. So I think they're still going to go for this.
Absolutely 4-down territory, as we saw the Titans go for it on a 4th and long. My prediction is that they'll definitely go for it here. So here we go, big 4th down. As a Mount St. Michael's stop would be absolutely huge for that team. Williams takes the snap, drops, throws to Rink. It is caught. A conversion for the Titans. Big conversion at that. And this drive will keep moving.
Yeah, and that's just really good timing and communication there from Williams to Rink. That when you throw, especially to the outside like that, to your receiver who's just going to stop and try to catch it, the throw's got to be accurate. It's got to be outside. It's got to be low, and that's exactly what we saw from Williams there. And that's a good catch from Rink. Good concentration as he's falling to hold on to that one.
Williams comes out, no support in the backfield. Williams drops. It'll be a QB draw. Williams breaks free of one tackle. He'll get about 5 on the run. It'll be second medium.
Williams with the keeper.
5 on the tackle.
Yeah, it was a good tackle there by Taj James. And Ian Williams there, good little solid play on first down to pick up some yardage here. Now you've got 2nd and 4. And it feels like maybe the Titans are starting to find some rhythm here. You'd like to see another couple of plays to get the rhythm really going.
1 or 2 first downs is all this Titan offense needs to get moving, as we saw last home game, where the offense started slow, but the defense held strong for a couple drives, and the points started rolling in towards the second half. No safeties deep for Mount St. Michael's. Williams, he'll take the read, and it'll be a first down. It looked like Declan on the tackle as William rolls for a first down.
Yeah, that's a good job to get a lot of motion in the backfield there. It looked like it was Marcus Abelard there motioning, along with you have the fake to Demarion Singh. So when the defense has 3 players they got to look at who are a threat of carrying the football, that makes it a lot harder for them to hone in on somebody. And that's exactly what happened there with Ian Williams on the power play. Good blocking up front allows the first down.
A lot of movement confused the defense. Williams comes out in 5 wide. We saw this formation a lot in the second half of our last home game versus St. Peter's. Williams drops the throw. Pressure. Breaks free. He'll scramble. And he's met by a couple Mount St. Michael defenders, but he reaches forward just short of the first down. It was 55 on the tackle, along with some other Mountaineers on the play.
Yeah, and that's a good play by Williams, and that's what we saw last time we had a home game here, was Williams able to extend the play. Maybe didn't like what he saw when he first dropped back. Looked like he was looking to his left, maybe had hand on the out route, but didn't like it. And, for an immobile quarterback, maybe that's a sack, maybe that's a throwaway, but for Williams, able to make something of it, and now you get 2nd and short.
Definitely don't want a turnover deep in Mount St. Michael territory, as this field position just screams points. Singh in the backfield. Rink on the bottom. Williams drops. He'll step up again, and he'll be down at about the 8, and it'll be another Titan first down. Look to be Caleb Torres on the tackle.
Yeah, and that's another good play from Williams there. You got to be careful, though. You don't want him to, we saw it on the last 2 plays. He's reaching the ball out. It's not 4th down. It's not 3rd down. You don't need a first down. You're not at the end zone. You don't need to reach the ball out. Be a little bit more careful, be a little bit more safe with the football so that you don't turn it over here.
Minute left in the first quarter. Rink on the bottom. Hen, Abelard, and Grafton up top. Singh in the backfield. Williams. He'll run out left. And he has Grafton. Touchdown Titans, but there's a flag in the backfield.
And I believe this is going to be an ineligible man downfield. Looked like this was supposed to be, or we got a hold on the offense, actually. So, yeah, it looked like this was a broken play from the beginning. Williams faces left. He opens up left to fake a handoff or handoff to Singh, but Singh goes right. So a miscommunication there to start the play. Williams, of course, able to extend the play as he usually does in these situations. But now you've got a long situation here, and this is definitely not the penalty you want. But that's sort of sometimes happens when you have a scrambling quarterback is you get the holding plays when he's holding the ball for so long.
For me, it looked like a design run, but Grafton and Williams did some playmaking to make something happen. Unfortunately, a holding was called and touchdown was taken back, as we'll see the Titans with a 1st and goal on the 19.
Yeah, and 1st and goal from this far out. It's going to be hard to convert here, but let's see if the Titans have it.
Hen, Abelard, and Grafton up top. Rink on the bottom. Singh in the backfield. Williams drops. He'll throw right side. It's Rink. He's got him at the 8 as we hit 30 seconds left in this first quarter. We'll see if they'll run another play.
Well, Rink is probably the matchup you want to look at in the red zone here. When you get down here, you want the tall receivers. You want the guys who can go up and high point the football. But that time, just comes underneath the zone and gets 10 yards to make it 2nd and goal from the 9 as the first quarter expires.
And the first quarter will run out as Mount St. Michael's goes into the second with a 7-0 lead. We'll be back shortly.
Two for 5, 6 for 10. 6 for 10.
So we're back for the second. Titans are deep in Mount St. Michael territory. Williams 5 wide. Design QB run, right side. Williams has room, and he flips into the end zone. Touchdown Titans, but there's a flag, so we'll see if it stands. And it's another holding, as that's the second touchdown taken away by penalties this drive.
Yeah, and again, just the bounce to the outside, that's when you get those holding calls, right? When the defensive end there tries to block Shed to his outside, and then you get the tackle holding. So that's a typical holding a call example.
And it looks like Williams is down in the end zone. That is not good. Hands are on his head. This is the last thing you want to see. Your quarterback and many other defensive positions. We'll see if he's all right. Looked like he got hit low there as he flipped into the end zone. Hits like that on the lower half are never good.
And nice to see him on his feet.
Seems to be walking off with his own power, which is a very, very good sight.
Yeah, a little bit of a limp there for Ian Williams, and we spoke to him during the week, and he said that the passing game has really improved throughout this year, and it feels like it's been very balanced between the pass and the run. Obviously, we know Demarion Singh's been a huge part of the team, but him with Williams now, I think the passing game has greatly improved. We've seen it; they line up 5 wide, and Williams is a huge part of that, and losing him would be a huge blow, and you want to see him back out there as soon as possible.
Looks like we'll see Devin Michaels maybe take over. Yes, that's exactly what we'll see. We'll see him take over for the drive.
Goal from the 18.
2nd and goal from the 18. Singh behind Michaels. takes the snap, hands off to Singh, and he's wrapped up maybe a yard from the line.
And it looks like Williams is going to come back in here, so that's big here. We've got 3rd and goal now from about the looks like about the 15, 16 yard line. This is going to be a tough situation. Obviously, you don't want to turn the football over, but if you don't get anything here, that's a hard field goal. So this might be 4-down territory here, and we'll have to see. You're kind of hoping for a magical play.
So Williams back on the field. I'm curious as to what they'll do. Low snap. He drops. He'll throw. Caught! Touchdown Titans! It's Marcus Abelard in the end zone. The score is 6-7, Mount St. Michael's.
Well, that was a great play by Williams. I mean, he comes right back in the game and he finds Abelard right up the seam. Finds the hole in the zone, and that was something that we saw last time against St. Peter's. Was that Williams to Abelard up in the seam, and that was a huge play. That when it happened on St. Peter's, that was man coverage. This time zone, and Williams able to find that hole in the zone. Abelard able to make an acrobatic catch here as we got Grafton, who's going to kick the extra point.
Snap, hold, kick. It is no good.
And the kick is no good.
So Mount St. Michael's maintains their lead by a point, but the Titans get their offense rolling with a touchdown. Very good sight to see.
59 left till half. Mountaineers 7, Titans 6. Okay, folks, 50-50 raffle. 50-50 raffle.
Yeah, now we'll see how the Holy Trinity defense can bounce back, because we saw the offense. They started the game. They went 4 and out. They kind of looked rough, but then they bounced back. They have a nice drive there. They fight through through the penalties. You had a couple of holding calls on that drive, and they still punch it into the end zone. Now it's time for the defense to do the same thing. Last drive we saw, I'm not sure that they even forced a 3rd down. They got ran all over by Chase Declet there. And can they step up and be a little bit more physical on this defensive possession?
Here comes the Titans special teams to boot this one away. Special teams is a big factor, especially in these games, as we've seen Abelard take 2 kicks into Mount St. Michael territory.
Let's get this turnover!
Tassone boots it, hits at the 37, and wrapped at the 32, it appears.
Interesting that they go for the little squib kick there. It's definitely going to help prevent a big return, which we've seen earlier in the game. But interesting there to sort of hedge the kickoff.
3-yard line, Mountaineers.
Mountaineers take control on the 33.
They're not getting paid. That's what I'm saying. And they can't even go apply now because if you're not getting paid.
Jimenez. Snap, handoff, and he is held at the 34. Multiple Titans on the tackle, as it'll be a 2nd and 9.
Well, you had the snap count there from Mount St. Michael, and it kind of revealed the Titans' defense. You saw the slot corner kind of backed up a little bit there, and shows you that they weren't going to bring anybody. But still, good job by the Titans' defense up there. Even though the offense knows what they're going to do, you're just more man than them on that play.
And movement at the line. We'll see who it's going to be, and it's going to be on the Titans. So Mount St. Michael's will move up 5, as it'll be a 2nd and 3.
Encroachment defense.
Yeah, I believe that was Noah St. Hill who got up in there as we got 2nd down.
Jimenez takes the snap. It's a handoff. He'll get a 1st down and a little bit more.
Yeah, it was a good tackle there by Deion Swinney to prevent the play from getting any extra yardage. But a first down and you had a good stop on that first down play earlier in the drive, but you don't want to see that kind of stuff if you're the Titans here. You don't want to let them run all over you again.
Ball on the 46 in their own territory. Hand off to Declet, and he's going to break for a first down and more. A 12-yard run by Declet, powers through a couple tackles for the first down.
12-77.
Yeah, that was just a good play there. I mean, he bounced right off the tackle from Demarion Singh and picks up some extra yardage out there on the edge. And when you got a running back there up against DBs, he's going to break through some tackles sometimes.
Ball on the 41, 1st and 10. Titans are definitely looking for a turnover here. Snap, drops back to pass, deep down the left side. It is incomplete. Broken up by Rink. Second down and 10.
Good coverage there by Darnell Rink. Pass maybe a little bit underthrown, just a tad. Looked like the receiver had a shot at it, but just really good coverage there by Rink, and I like the no call from the refs here. They've been letting the defenses play, letting the offenses play.
See, the thing with letting both teams play is you got to be consistent through the game. We see sometimes late in the game they switch up the calls, maybe be more sensitive with the penalty calls. But we'll see Mount St. Michael's take a 2nd and 10 from the 41.
Yeah, and Mount St. Michael's has had success with the run game, so you want to, you'll see if they go back to it here.
Jimenez hands off to Declet. Hen trying to keep him there. A bunch of Titans join him as they'll get about 4 on the play. Hen with the first contact. And like I said, a lot of Titans went and supported him to bring Declet to a halt.
Yeah, that's a good strong play by Hen to get up in there and plant his feet in the ground, stop Declet, who's been running all over the team in this early part of the game. Good stop there by Hen. You got 3rd and medium.
Jimenez drops to throw. Flag thrown, and it's dropped. Intended for Elliott. There's a flag down.
What do you want to do, Coach?
Yeah, it looked like there was a holding on Hayden Morales there, and we'll see if Holy Trinity accepts this call.
Bring him back.
It looks like they will move the ball back. It'll still be 3rd down.
Call is holding.
Yeah, so you got 3rd and long. They were going to go for it. It was definitely 4-down territory. So, Holy Trinity elects to force the 3rd and long here, about 3rd and 15 instead of 4th and 5.
Very smart decision to push them back, as like you said, they would have gone for it 100%. But now they have a lot of room to make up. Jimenez takes the snap. They'll run it with Declet, and he is down. It'll be a 4th and 11.
Stifling defense by the Titans.
Yeah, that's good defense there by the Titans. And, when you get a 3rd and long and then they run the ball, that's an opportunity sometimes for a big play because, you want to play back, you want to play safe defense on 3rd and long. But Holy Trinity stays disciplined, and they stop it for a short gain. Now you got 4th and 11 here, and now it looks really smart to accept that holding call.
Trying a surprise run there on 3rd and long. Isn't a bad idea as Zeklitz broke free for many long rushes in this game.
4th down for the Mountaineers.
But we'll see a 4th down and 12. It looks like they'll go. So 4th and long. We'll see Jimenez and the offense stay out there. Jimenez drops. Immediate pressure. Tipped in the air, and it falls. The Titan offense will take over.
Pass incomplete. The turnover on downs. Titans.
Well, that was a great play by Joe Hen. It looked like Mount St. Michael was setting up for a pretty simple screen there on 4th and 11. But Joe Hen, the pass fall is incomplete, but Joe Hen was going to blow that up anyway if it was caught. So that's great recognition from Hen there, being disciplined on 4th and long, where, even we see it in the pro level, sometimes these screens get converted for big first downs on 3rd and 4th and long. So good recognition there from Hen.
Looks like a bit of a high pass as Declet tipped it all the way up in the air. But we'll see the Titan offense take over in Mountaineer territory. Oh, I'm sorry, in Titan territory at the 42.
Yeah, and we talked about it right at the start of the drive. You want to see the defense step up and help the offense out here, and that's exactly what they did. And this is pretty decent starting field position for the Titans.
So Williams back out there. We saw him take over the last play of last drive. The touchdown pass. He'll drop back to throw once again. Williams over the middle of the field at 10. He'll break past 34. He'll be down at the 36.
And a beautiful pitch and catch.
Yeah, that's just a good job by Williams to hen there, find the hole in the zone, and push the ball up about 20 yards on that play, and that puts you into Mount St. Michael territory here as they're going to go quick.
Titans will hurry up, trying to catch this defense off guard as they cross midfield on that last play. Maybe some confusion. Williams drops once again. He'll step up, sees a hole. He'll take it himself. Right side, one man a beat, and he's pushed out of bounds inside the 10, as we'll see a 1st and goal.
Impressive run.
Yeah, that was just a really good job by Ian Williams, really fast. Number 2 on the tackle there, pushing him out of bounds. And the key thing here is you got to be disciplined when you rush the quarterback, especially when you rush a quarterback like Ian Williams. You can't let the middle of the pocket open up like that, because then it's not even a decision for Williams. He sees wide open grass in front of him, and he's able to make a few men miss and get to the edge there, and now you got 1st and goal.
Looks like 1st and goal from the 5. We'll see Singh in the backfield. Hennon Grafton on the bottom. Rink and Abelard at the top. Williams takes it himself, right side, and he's in for the touchdown.
Touchdown!
The Titans take the lead on an Ian Williams scramble. And we'll see the decision. Will they go for 2 here?
Yeah, well, that was a couple of big plays there to really swing the momentum in the game, it feels like. I mean, from the 4th down stop to, a couple of big plays there from Ian Williams, and now you've got the lead here, and it looks like they are going to kick this extra point. It's going to be Grafton again.
Grafton lining up to kick once again. Missed his last one wide right. Kick is up, and it is right through.
And the kick is...
So the Titans will take a 13-7 lead.
6:21 left till half.
And we've seen the Titan defense hold strong to give this offense many opportunities. As we'll see the Titan defense and the Mountaineer offense come out once again.
And, we had a chance to talk to Ian Williams about, his scrambling and his playmaking during the week. And, he said that it just sort of comes natural to him. It's not something that they particularly focus on anything, any more than any other aspect of the game. And he says, these kinds of plays where you have a big scramble like we just saw on that past drive, runs up the middle, makes a move to the outside. It just sort of happens, is what he said, and it just comes natural. So, a really talented player that's helped, greatly with his offense.
It's very, very big for the Titan offense that after, being flipped over in the end zone and possibly hurt, that he comes back and scrambles for a little bit as he's powering through this mid-game injury. Kick is away. Fielded at the 27, and he's wrapped up at about the 34 by Joe Henn as the Mountaineer offense comes back out.
Yeah, and these special teams plays, the ball, I mean, it flies through the air in such awkward directions, such awkward paths, trajectories that you got to be careful. I mean, you have an up man jumping up to catch that ball. That could easily, bounce off his hands, and then you have no clue where it's going to go. So, it feels like every special teams play in these games can be really dangerous, could be really game-changing at any second.
We'll see Jimenez go under center to start the drive. A handoff, and he's tackled by 77 on the play. Looks like Jaden Branch, as it'll be a second and about 5.
Yeah, and you also had Ian Williams come down from his safety position there and get low there and help out on that tackle, so good job by him, two-way player.
Jimenez under center once again. 18 in motion. Jimenez drops. He'll roll back to his right, throw on the run, and it is incomplete. Broken up by Abelard. It'll be a 3rd and 5 on the 39.
Yeah, and that was a dangerous throw when you have a high arcing pass like that to the far side of the field, and so much time for the players to get under the ball there. That was actually a really good throw in terms of the positioning, the location, maybe a little bit of a dangerous decision there, but he found Elliott, and just good coverage by Abelard, able to shake him up just enough to force the incompletion.
Declet behind Jimenez. They'll hand it off to Declet. 55 can't get there. He'll run up the right side, and it'll be out of bounds at the Titan 43 as they'll flip field.
First down, Mountaineers.
Yeah, and that was a great effort by John Mark Elliott on that play. Just, he really sealed the edge there with the block, forced Abelard inside, and that gives you, your running back Declet there had such open field on the right edge there to get an easy first down. So good job by Elliott on that block.
Declet being such a big back, he'll just get through the line very easily. You kind of have to rely on your second line guys, as well as the first line, to bring him down, as you need more than one man to tackle him at all times.
Defense! 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 Let's get a turnover!
Jimenez drops back, throws left side, and it's caught by 11, and he's wrapped out of bounds, but not before they get past the marker. It was Hayes on the tackle.
Well, that was a really hard throw because he had Skylar Richardson right in his face there, Jimenez did. But, once again, able to make that high arcing throw to the outside of the field, and it's accurate, it's on target, and finds his man for a first down.
Jimenez looking at the sideline. The Mountaineers have done this a lot as they're taking a while to snap the ball in a couple plays. Jimenez hands off to 28. Protecting the football, he moves forward, and a helmet comes off. What happened in the backfield?
Flags on the field.
Penalty looks to be on 54. St. Hill.
Keep your discipline! Don't let them get to you! It's the play on! Regroup! You'll get it!
It'll be a personal foul.
Yeah, this is going to be an automatic first down. It's going to push Mount St. Michael into the red zone here. They're going to be at the 15, 14-ish yard line, and you got first down. So now you got a big chance here for the Mountaineers. Can they punch this in? Can they get in there?
First down. Mountaineers in the red zone.
Mountaineers at the 14. Timeout taken by the Mountaineers, their first.
Timeout, Mountaineers.
Yeah, and we've seen for Mount St. Michael that the running game has been the main focus here, especially with Declet able to put some yardage down on the ground. But over the past few plays, we've seen Jimenez able to connect, especially on the outside with some receivers here. And those big outside plays, that's not necessarily the easiest thing to complete for Mount St. Michael. So you'd like them to get back, if you're a Mountaineer fan, you'd like them to get back into rhythm with the run game. Just pound it down, especially down here in the red zone. If you get Declet going, it's gonna be a lot easier to punch it in.
And the Titan defense over the regular season have played very, very well in the red zone. But with a powerful running back like Declet, that'll be a challenge here. But we'll see what they can do here. Jimenez under center. Familiar sight for the Mountaineers. Hand off to Declet. He's pushing forward. Many, many Titans on the tackle. He'll look to be down at the 7.
Yeah, that's a good job. Just a power forward for some yards after contact here. Make this a 2nd and short here. It's about 2nd and 4, and they're gonna go quick.
Mount St. Michael's moving quick. Jimenez under center once again. Another handoff, but this time he's met at the line, if he even got there.
Nowhere to go. Thankfully, Titans defense.
Yeah, it looked like Hayden Morales was in there. Joe Henn was in there. I mean, he was blown up from the minute he took that handoff here. And now you've got 3rd down here. We don't really know how the Mount St. Michael kicker situation is. So is this field goal range? Is this 4th down territory for Mount St. Michael? We'll see here. But Mount St. Michael doesn't even want to know about that. They don't want to hear about that. They want to convert right here.
You can barely hear your voice here in the crowd, as this crowd's getting real loud on 3rd down and 5. Jimenez, play action. He'll throw to the end zone, tipped in the air, and it'll fall. It'll be a 4th down for the Mountaineers, and big decision time, as we'll see what they'll do. Will they kick? Will they go?
Decision time for the Mountaineers.
Well, that was that was really good at the start there. You had Darnell Rink, really good discipline, covers the corner route, covers the flag there, and nowhere to go for Jimenez. Has to pump fake, think, and then throw it back, a dangerous pass towards the inside. Looks like they're going to kick the field goal here.
So we'll see Bennett line up for the kick. Snap, hold, kick is blocked by the Titans, and they'll take control at the 9.
And there was a return there. That was a live ball. Demarion Singh picked up the ball, and it looks like we had a flag there at the end, too, on the tackle of Demarion Singh. He returned it to about the 32-yard line. That was incredible by Skylar Richardson, was the one who had the pressure there, broke through the line, blocked the field goal pretty comfortably there. So incredible play by him, and we'll see. We have to work out what happened here with the flag and with the return.
So Singh returned it after the block. Looks like ball will be placed at the 36. So Titans in good field position.
3:21 left till half. Titans with the ball.
About 3:20 on the clock. Williams hands it off to Singh. He'll have some room on the left side, and he is down at the 43.
Yeah, that was a good block on the edge by Jay-Sean Grafton. Looked like he got tangled up there with their feet with Singh. So there was maybe a little bit more meat left on the bone on that run, but good 1st down run.
Singh with the run.
And, Singh, we talked to him during the week. He said, he plays on both sides just like Williams, just like Abelard. And he said that he's 100% focused on both sides. Either side, whatever he's doing, he's got 100% of his focus on that.
Williams takes the snap. Another handoff. He'll fight, be about a yard short.
Multiple Mountaineers on the side.
Many Mountaineers tackle him short of the first.
Coming out.
Yeah, 3rd and 1 here, and we've seen the Titans haven't necessarily been like a power run it down your throat type of team so far in this game. Many of the big plays have been to the outside, to the edges. Williams scrambling, so we'll see. I'm not sure that's the move here for the Titans. We'll see if they put something to the edge or they try to change that pattern.
Well, when you have an elusive back like Singh, a lot of your plays are going to be to the outside. I'm curious to see what they'll do here. Williams takes a snap right up the middle for Singh. They'll have a first down or a little bit more. Down at the 50.
Yeah, and that's just a good job there by your offensive lineman up front. You had Jaden Branch blocking there. And Singh, he wasn't even really touched until he had the first down. So when you get blocking like that, it's going to be easy to pick up those 3rd and 1s.
So we'll see Singh in the backfield once again. Williams, play action, throw to Hen, it's caught, move made, out at the 40. 31 on the coverage and forcing him out of bounds, as it'll be a 2nd and short for the Titans.
Yeah, good tackle there by Owen Collins, but just another good little rhythm play there from Williams to one of his receivers, Hen, there for short little underneath pass. And you keep hitting these underneath ones, then one of these could go big for if they keep if they start to crash down on those underneath ones.
Williams takes a snap, hands off to Singh, bounces outside, and he'll be tackled at the 32. 13 on the tackle, but the Titans will have another first down.
Yeah, and just to show you the speed of Singh, I mean, that was a DB that he outran. It wasn't a linebacker. He just bounced outside and just straight up outran that DB to the edge there. So, the quickness of Singh there showed.
Williams drops back. Throws deep right side for Rink, and it is thrown out of bounds. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I thought that was a good throw towards Rink. I like the decision, but Rink maybe couldn't quite get his head turned around fast enough. Maybe couldn't locate the ball quick enough, and overruns the pass just a little bit. Maybe could have slowed down and tried to jump up for that ball.
Ball on the 32.
We only got 54 seconds left in the half, so it's going to take some quick playing if you want to get this ball into the end zone if you're Holy Trinity.
Williams takes it himself, left side. He's got some room. 2 on the tackle.
And it's going to be a timeout for Holy Trinity here. Skylar Richardson looked like the lead blocker on that one. You had Ian Williams had that left side nice and open for him, and that's going to move the chains here. And that only burned about 8 seconds off the clock. You've got 47 seconds left in the half now, and you're going to have a chance to punch this in here. You've got the ball on the 21-yard line.
50-50 raffle. 2 for 5, 6 for 10. 2 for 5, 6 for 10.
Titans have 1 timeout remaining after this one. Mount St. Michael's has 2. Ball spotted on the 21.
Yeah, and with Mount St. Michael receiving the kickoff at the second half, this isn't like one of those opportunities to go back-to-back, so it's not necessarily like the end of the world here if you let up a score if you're Mount St. Michael, because you're going to have that ball on that opening possession. but this could be still big for just the momentum of the game here, especially if the Titans punch this in, as the time expires on the half. That could be a big moment in this game.
So if you're just tuning in, 13-7 Titans, 46 seconds left in the half. Williams drops back to pass, throws deep right side for Abelard, and it's right behind him.
Pass incomplete, just short.
Yeah, I mean, Williams had two receivers there running towards the end zone. You had Rink up the seam, and you had Abelard along the sideline. And the ball maybe just a little bit too outside, a little bit too short for Abelard there. Maybe wasn't expecting it there. But again, that was one where maybe, the ball is in the air so long that you might have, you might think that Abelard might have been able to adjust to that one. But you would like to see Williams, throw it a little bit better for Abelard there.
41 seconds left in the half. Williams drops, looking left side. He'll shoot for Hen, and it's just incomplete.
Just over the outstretched hand.
Yeah, that was a good throw by Williams, and he found Hen there on the sideline. But that throw is very fast. It's gonna be hard to haul in, especially when you're on the sideline. You got to worry about your feet for Hen, so it's gonna be difficult. But it was a good decision, good throw, and just couldn't quite connect. So now you've got 3rd and 10. You've got 35 seconds left in the half. You want to pick up this first down here because the downs are going to matter.
Come on, Tyson.
So try to get that first down. You don't want to necessarily just chuck it into the end zone on this play, though, an end zone shot never hurts.
Williams and Singh in the backfield. Low snap. Immediate rollout right. Throw to the sideline is incomplete. Target was Darnell Rink.
Pass incomplete. 4th down.
63 almost got there as he pressured Williams to roll out almost immediately. And we have 29 seconds left in this half.
Yeah, when you have those plays where it's just a sprint right as soon as the ball is snapped, that, I'm not actually a huge fan of that in this situation because, you want to see when it's 3rd and long, 4th and long, you want to see Williams have the ability to make a play. And when you do that, when you have that roll out to the right instantly, it shortens the time that he's able to hold onto the ball. It shortens the amount of receivers he's able to use. You can only throw to the right side of the field there. So, we'll see if they go back to the straight drop on this 4th down.
So we got a 5-wide formation on 4th and 10. Big play here. Williams takes the snap, drops back, throws left side and it's incomplete. No, intercepted. It was Grafton. The target was Grafton. It was Alexander John on the interception.
So with the interception, the Mountaineers take over.
Yeah, and you had maybe Jay Sean Grafton there on the out route. You've got now you're gonna have for Mount St. Michael the ball on the 2-yard line. It's gonna be hard for them. You only got 22 seconds, so you might just run this one out. But you had maybe Grafton open there. I like the aggressiveness because it is 4th down. Doesn't really matter if you get the interception, but couldn't quite convert there.
Very good chances of a safety as Jimenez just sneaks it to avoid those possibilities with 15.7 on the clock. Timeout Titans. Their last.
Titans.
Yeah, and Holy Trinity calls a timeout just to force Mount St. Michael to run another play here, backed up against their own end zone. But we saw there not what you want to see there for Holy Trinity to end the half. 4 plays where they just didn't pick up anything there. And I think, like I said, we talked about it just before earlier on the drive where, you can get a first down there. You don't have to shoot for the end zone on all those plays. You can stay in rhythm. You had 40, 50 seconds left. You had time to burn. The turnover happens with 22 seconds on the clock, so you still had time to exercise there. But I thought Holy Trinity maybe getting a little bit too aggressive. Could have done more safe, more consistent in rhythm plays there to get the ball rolling.
So with 15 seconds on the clock, we'll see if the Mountaineers will
All right, folks, here we go.
run a play other than a QB sneak. Doesn't look like they will, as Jimenez is under center. And they'll kneel it. So the Titans go into halftime with a 6-point lead in this playoff matchup, 13-7. We'll see you after the halftime break.
Halftime. Your score, the Titans 13 and the Mountaineers 7. Last call for 50-50 raffles. Come on, y'all. 2 for 5, 6 for 10. 2 for 5, 6 for 10. Come on, 2 for 5, 6 for 10. And if you forgot, didn't ask a friend.
That's fucking long, man. We should have just kicked it. We wouldn't have made it over. I could have stayed for 7-6.
Once again, folks, a beautiful day for football, a great day to be out here. Big salute to all of our veterans. Audience, thank you for your service.
Yeah, when? You're gonna be at my house, I'm gonna take the drinks though. It don't matter. I'll make the sangria. I'll make the coquito. Hello. You gonna go for this? No pizza now. I gotta make sure I got the pizza. Look. Come on now. See what I'm saying? Tell my mom we figured out the day today so I can go home now that my mom is there and be like, you gotta come back this day. Like a brunch, yeah. I am not stable enough for this. Hold on. Like, mom is moving. My mom is moving. What they did. Look. Yeah, I know that is so good. I love that. What are you looking for?
I kept on putting them like all the way on top. Jaden! Yes, baby. The beat's on.
Al bote.
Sí empujar. Lo más fácil.
Yeah, give it to me.
You okay, mommy?
She's good. She got a big fight. That's not how you see those on TikTok. She's the only one. Oh, where did Nosa go?
Right, the floor is dirty for your hair.
Okay.
Bryce, dirty hands. That we can't put them in the mouth. You know, I just take
So this is the thing, right? So it was, I had and then I had the other boy. And I was she got pregnant. She has a boy. No, she has a boy. So my brother had a boy with her. And then she got pregnant.
Don't do that to him.
Sit down. My thing is
Bryce, be careful. Bryce, can you pick up the candy? Bryce, pick up the candy from the floor, please. Thank you.
I went to the ultrasound. You know, once you have a boy,
Be careful, Bryce.
they only take time.
That was rough, you know. That fourth and long was rough.
Dame tu vaso. Dame. It's alright, it's coming. I told him. Now all the softness, if you're here, like you're on if not, you would have had to wait until next year. You're getting, you shout out to Gary, like I'm getting the experience. Because obviously, automatically, he was going to go next year, right? The coaches saw something in them that they put them on the line.
Hold on, Jackie. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you what I told Betsy.
That's how I'm going to tell you just now.
Bang,
You know, they kids, you know, they want to like, you know.
Erica, voy a que vamos. Erica, they picking on me. Erica, ¿tú le vas a creer a Jackie?
Yo,
Yo
I don't know much about
sí, créele. Believe her.
I always tell her it's something about
La chiquita es más problemática. ¿Y tú eres mi amiga?
But when I see him play,
No, we're gonna tell you why we say that. Are we the same size?
that's gonna be the headline. They're gonna be
They like messing with me.
the high guy or whatever. like this much. My sister-in-law, I was like,
He made it back.
I'm just trying to. That's like the things out of there for the boys. Because my mom was
You walk? What's that? You walk? Yeah, first street. Seems like we're further away. You think?
Hi, Coach Mo.
Go! Go!
the best one. Yeah, right. Oh my God, I didn't bring your friend. I'm sorry. My son, the one he was playing with the last time. You know, why we was talking about that earlier? You got so much friends. It's her son. So he woke up this morning, he was like, Saul football. I'm like, yeah, Saul football. But then he saw my nephew. He's like, you know. And he's like, I was like, let's go. He's like,
That's where there's a kid wrestling there. They play baseball for me. Kings, right? Okay, I told them there's a basketball player. Okay. Oh, Wilkins, okay.
I'll play your 7-Eleven across the street.
What happens is you got the basketball in the building. Maybe you never know. You know, ball.
I see you there. I'm like, no, that's
All right, so our halftime break is over, and we'll see Mount St. Michael's take possession first. It is 13-7 Titans.
Yeah, in that first half, we saw, it was good from the Titans. I thought they played pretty well. But, Mount St. Michael, even though the score is 13-7, I think Mount St. Michael maybe played a little bit better than that. This could easily be a tie game right now. They got down to the red zone there. And, the only reason they only have 7 is because the block from Skylar Richardson. So, this is definitely a neck-and-neck game. This is definitely far from over. So we'll see how Mount St. Michael will do on this opening possession here. Maybe they even started with a big return, which we've seen so far already in this game. We've seen 2 big returns from Abelard. Holy Trinity has been kicking shallow, so we'll see if it's another little squibber up here to start the second half.
And exactly like you said, this game will be a close one, as we expected. I mean, playoff matchups aren't typically blowouts, especially with 2 talented teams like the Mountaineers and the Titans. So we'll see if they continue the trend of the shallow kick.
Yeah, and you also want to see if, what will Mount St. Michael look like in this half? Are they going to go back to Declet and try to, establish their will on the ground? Or are they going to let Jimenez sort of start to throw the ball a little bit more, sort of air it out? Because they've definitely struggled in the pass game so far. They've only got a few completions, only a few, big plays in the pass game. So, we'll see if they can get Jimenez going, and let's see if they can keep Declet going.
For me personally, I think they're really going to feed Declet in the second half, as the better side of their offense came from Declet and his angry runs.
Titans will kick.
But we will see Tassoni kick it away.
Dominic Tressone will kick.
Kick to the left side. It'll bounce, and it is touched, batted out of bounds. Ball at the 27, around the 27.
Yeah, and we talked about in the first half how awkward these kicks can be, and that one really bounced all over the place, and you know, it's inches from going out of bounds, and Mount St. Michael starts at the 40, and it's also inches from being returnable. It's inches from being fumbled and recovered by Holy Trinity. These are big plays, so always keep your eyes peeled for special teams.
We're going to see Jimenez back out on the field with this Mountaineer offense. Snap, handoff, Declan again, and he's met at the line by a bunch of Titans. Looks like 20 and 55 on the tackle.
Yeah, and this is where the Mountaineers have found their struggles after that first quarter, that opening drive that went really well, is the first down running game has not been there. The Holy Trinity Titans have been stuffing the run, especially inside on first down, since the end of that first drive. So way to step up, way to be resilient for the Titans.
Declan in the backfield again. Play action. Jimenez throws, and it's broken up by Williams.
Intercepted.
Intended for Reed, but Williams makes a great play to get over there and bat the ball loose.
Yeah, great play, as you said, from Ian Williams there. And that was a dangerous throw. I mean, you had your receiver open for a half a beat there, but when you don't get it to him right away, at any level of football, that's going to allow a deep safety like Ian Williams time to close. And Williams, we've seen earlier in the game, he's fast. He can close on that, and he almost intercepted that one. So you got to be more in rhythm here if you want to connect on these passes from Mount St. Michael.
An early 3rd and 10 here in the second half. Jimenez drops. He'll throw over the middle. He's got Reed, but it will be very much short of the first down.
Yeah, Eric Hayes was all over him on the coverage there, but good job by Reed to just box him out. Just box him out and make the catch, but it's not going to be enough, as it's going to be 4th down here, and it's going to be a punt. I believe this is the first punt of the game from either side for Mount St. Michael.
Exactly right. It is the first punt from either side. And a huge stop for the Titan defense as they open the second half with the stop. Momentum is fully on their side starting this half, especially with them already having the lead. And there's early movement.
And a whistle.
It'll be a false start, and it'll push Mount St. Michael's back 5. This will make it a tougher kick, as the Titans will likely get the ball closer to Mountaineer territory.
Yeah, and that was all awkward from the very beginning. Chase Butler was late running out to the play, and then you have the movement that's going to back you up on this punt.
Unnecessary roughness.
Kick is up. It'll bounce at about the 48. They'll let it roll. It definitely takes a Mountaineer roll. This one will stop at the 38 in Titan territory. So that's exactly where they'll take over.
Yeah, and all things considered, that's actually a pretty good punt there. You had a lot of rush right in the face of the punter, but able to get that off, get it high, get the hang time up there, and that allows the gunners to close in, and Williams can't catch the ball and make a play because of that closing in. So that allows the special teams from Mount St. Michael to help flip the field just a little bit here. Now that you got the Holy Trinity Titans starting at their own 38-yard line.
1-7-0. If you got it, winner, chicken dinner.
I told you they always
win. So here comes the Titan offense. Ball on the 38, 1st and 10.
Let's go, Ian, let's go.
First down.
Low snap. It's a toss play. Grafton tries to cut back. He's still behind the line, and he'll be wrapped up at the 35.
Enough with the trick plays.
Well, that was, that was an awkward snap. Williams did a good job to bend low and get that up quickly, up to Grafton. But the edge there was just not set. It looked like number 58, Stephon Jean, couldn't quite set the edge there for the Titans. And then on the defensive side, you've got number 41, Ryan Reagan, able to blow that play up, force Grafton to cut back towards the inside, towards the middle of the field. And at that point, the play is pretty much over. So now you got 2nd and long.
2nd down and 11. Ball in the 36. Rink one-on-one at the bottom. Handoff to Singh. He finds a hole, and he's tackled at the 48. It was Declet with that huge hit on Singh. It'll be a 3rd and short.
Yeah, last play we talked about the right side of the offensive line not maybe holding up as much as you'd like, but that time they opened up a nice big hole on 2nd and long, and now you got 3rd and 1 here, and very manageable for the Titans.
They converted late in the first half on a 3rd and short with a run up the middle. We'll see if they go back to that. Looks like they have extra protection at the line. Play action to Rink. It is intercepted. It's Butler. He's down at the 21.
Mountaineers with the turnover.
Yeah, and the problem on that play from Ian Williams to Darnell Rink was that the ball was too much on a line and inside. If you're going to throw that single one-on-one coverage to the outside, it's either got to be a high arcing ball that Rink can run under, or it's got to be straight to the outside shoulder for Rink, so that way he can adjust and catch it. But that time, Williams throws it on a line to the inside, and that's an easy interception for the Mountaineers.
A big play to shift momentum as the Mountaineers will take over at the 23. Jimenez drops. Deep ball down the left side. It is tipped and incomplete. It was Abelard and Williams on the coverage. Williams got there late.
Almost intercepted.
Yeah, and that was great coverage from Abelard, we've seen him when he's, in the past games that we've seen here, he's got great coverage. He gets his hands on the football. He's sticky in man-to-man. He's sticky in zone. So another great play by Abelard there, and Williams was also there to help him if he couldn't quite make the play, but he did.
2nd down and 10. Ball on the 23. Jimenez drops. He'll throw right side. It is just out of reach for Diaz. And they'll face a 3rd and very long.
3rd down coming up.
Yeah, Eric Hayes had the coverage on that one. And, we've seen, like we said at the start of the half, just the passing game has not quite been there for the Mountaineers in this game. Can't quite connect on the big ball on the left sideline. Can't quite connect on that out route there. Just a little bit off, and when you're just a little bit off, that's enough to really throw off the rhythm and the timing of your offense.
Jimenez under center. It's a handoff, and he's stopped behind the line. They stopped Declet behind the line. It'll be 4th down and about 12 as the Titan defense comes up strong on 3rd down.
Well, Jeremy Leone just blew up that play, got a hand in the backfield before the running back could even set his feet and think about running downfield. So huge play by Leone there, and then the rest of the defensive line, comes and crowds up and finishes up the job there. So that's exactly how you want the defense to respond if you turn over the ball on offense. Is you want them to just get a straight up 3 and out and force another punt.
Leone is also a pitcher on Varsity baseball. Kick is away, high with not enough distance. This will take a Titan bounce. They'll have the ball 4 yards from the red zone. That's a rough punt for the Mountaineers as the Titans will take over deep in Mountaineer territory.
Yeah, and that's Abelard who got the pressure there and forced the awkward punt. And then also, when the ball lands, because the punt is awkward and it's end over end and it's wonky, the ball lands and it takes a bounce in favor of the Titans, and the Mountaineer special teams doesn't realize it that they should jump on that ball and down it, so it bounces a few extra yards for the Titans here. And now you're starting just on the brink of the red zone here. You got the ball at the 24.
Ball on the 24. And the mindset here for the offense has to be no turnovers, as a turnover here would be absolutely catastrophic for this offense. Low snap, Williams drops, throw over the middle of the field, it's caught! Touchdown, Titans! It's Grafton over the middle of the field! And they take a 2-possession lead, 19-7 Titans.
Well, he had a very simple 4-man rush up front. Ian Williams able to stay in the pocket. Great blocking up front from that Holy Trinity Titans offensive line. Everybody held their ground, and Williams makes the good in-rhythm, on-time throw up the seam to Grafton, who has one step, and that's all that they needed there. Grafton just with one step able to step out and get that pass, and Williams throws it perfectly on time in rhythm between him and the safety.
And out comes Grafton for the extra point. Snap, hold, kick is right through.
And the kick is good.
Jason Grafton, the freshman, making plays happen as he has the touchdown and the extra point.
Boy, oh boy.
20-7 Titans.
Yeah, and just think about the momentum shift of that entire sequence. You have Ian Williams throws the interception on 3rd and 1, and you're thinking, okay, maybe the Mountaineers have a shot here to get their way back into this game, right? They didn't do anything on the opening possession of the half, but they have the turnover and they have a chance to flip the momentum. But the Titans defense just absolutely locks down 4 and out or 3 and out, and then they force the punt, and then they come right back and throw it up the seam to Grafton there for the touchdown.
So we'll see Tassone kick it off again like he has all game. The Titans have been switching kickers a lot. It was Paveda for kickoffs and extra points. Now we have Tassone for kickoffs and Grafton for extra points. Short kick, takes a bounce, awkward bounce, and it's recovered by the Mountaineers, but the Titans almost got there. Grafton almost made a play once again, but it will be spotted at the 27.
Yeah, good job by Owen Collins to just fall on that after, again, these awkward bounces. I really like what they're doing here with Tassone on these kickoffs because, it was hard to see when it was on the far sideline, but now that was on the close sideline, the near sideline here, you could see it was bouncing and it was awkward to field, but there was no risk of it going out of bounds. So that's actually really good design by the special teams and a good way to pin back the Mount St. Michael Mountaineers.
Man in motion, Jimenez rolls out right. He has some space, and he'll run out of bounds a yard from the line of scrimmage as there's a flag in the backfield.
Yeah, you had some pressure there. It looked like Morales was chasing him towards the end. You had Skylar Richardson maybe got in there a little bit earlier in the play, so good job by the Titans defense to get after the quarterback.
And the penalty will be on the Mountaineers as the Titans will accept and push them back. I mean, we see this every week. I mean, penalties and turnovers are two very great factors in high school football. And we've seen a couple turnovers and many penalties today. Jimenez hands off to Declet. And he is stopped behind the line. He might have bounced forward for a yard or two after contact, but it will be a 2nd and long.
Yeah, good job by Ian Williams coming in again from that safety position to get up there and make a tackle right by the line of scrimmage. So Another good play here, and you've got 2nd and long here. Great opportunity for the Titans to get off of defense once again.
2nd and 19. Declan in the backfield with Jimenez. Jimenez drops. He looks left side. Caught, but he's tackled very, very quickly after the catch at around the 23. So it'll be a 3rd and about 10.
Yeah, just a quick little in-rhythm play to try to get this 3rd down to be a little bit more manageable. Jeremy Leone almost got his hand up on that one, but good tackling there from Joe Henn and from Marcus Abelard.
Way to go, Dion! Way to go, Dion!
So the Mountaineers, 3rd and 15. Drops back, steps up. Jimenez throws on the run, tipped, intercepted! It's Ian Williams! At the 39! The Titan offense will take over in Mountaineer territory.
And the Mountaineer woes on offense with the passing game continue. Eric Hayes was right there in the passing lane, got his hand on the football, tipped straight to Ian Williams, and Ian Williams, good reaction time, good reflexes to catch that one and intercept it.
So a very, very big play as the Titans have a chance to score and run away with this football game. Ball on the 40
So it's 1st down
in Mountaineer territory. Rink and Abelard on the bottom. Handoff, Singh. He's got about 3 yards on the run.
Yeah, and there's just a lot of energy, on this Holy Trinity Titans sideline here and in the bleachers. A little game there, but feels like they're really taking over now, and we'll see if they can punch this one in here and maybe put the game out of reach.
You can barely hear your own voice just sitting in this crowd. Feet are stomping. Voices are screaming. 3 receivers on the bottom. Singh in the backfield. Henn all the way at the top. Fumbles the snap. Williams takes it himself. And he pushes forward for maybe a 1st down. We'll see what we get here from the refs. Looked like Alexander John on the tackle.
Yeah, interesting formation there from Holy Trinity. They had 3, they had 2 receivers. They had Rink and Abelard lined up on the right sideline, and you had the linebacker Deion Swinney behind them. And here comes Swinney again out there on the offensive side. So we'll see what the plan is here with Swinney.
The Titans have shown that formation a lot. Mitchell mentioned that.
So it's 3rd down and short. Titan fans, they can't hear you.
So we'll see the Titan offense on 3rd and 1. They're 1 for 2 on these 3rd and shorts. Last time it was an interception. The first time it was a run up the middle for a 1st down. Handoff to Singh. He'll get the 1st down and more. I saw that they checked in Swinney to be a lead blocker on that play, and that definitely contributed as the Titans will move the chains.
And that's a Titans 1st down.
Yeah, and last time we had the 3rd and 1. That was the play that they had Ian Williams throw it to Rink up the right sideline, and it was intercepted. This time, I think they're thinking, okay, we got the lead now. We're up 13. Let's just run the ball up the middle here, and Demarion Single will pick up with the help of that blocking up front, gets untouched for the 1st down.
Although I agree with running the football, wasting the clock might not be very smart. quite yet, as it's only a 2-possession game, and we still have 10 minutes to play approximately in this ballgame. Right side throw to Abelard. He's wrapped up, but his forward progress will be stopped at about the 22. It was Watson on the tackle.
Pass complete to Abelard.
Yeah, good strong tackle there from Watson. And, just a little quick out route here on first down to make it second and medium. And, just try to get that rhythm there between Williams and Abelard, which has been, they've already connected for a touchdown in this game. So, that's been there today, and just keep that rolling.
2nd and 6. Clock is running. 2:30 on the clock. We'll see Rink and Abelard on the right side. Looks like Grafton and Hen up top. Sing in the backfield. It's a very familiar formation for the Titans, that they've run this most of the game. It's a read option. Williams takes it himself. He has it along the left side, and he jogs in for a touchdown. Ian Williams, 22-yard run. 26-7 Titans. Williams outruns Cabrera for the score.
Yeah, and that was just another, good design quarterback run there. And, like we talked about earlier in the game, it's really hard when you've got Singh in the backfield and you got Williams in the backfield, and they're both going different directions. Where's the defense, follow? Where's the defense travel with the ball? And that time, you just get fooled a little bit, and Williams is, untouched into the end zone.
Titans take a 3-possession lead. We'll see if Grafton can put this one through to make it 27-7. Kick is up, and it is through. 27-7 Titans. And this Holy Trinity Titan team is rolling on both sides of the football. 2 minutes remaining in the third.
And the Mountaineers, 7.
This is the point where we might talk about, hopefully the Mountaineers could get a big return to spark their, this maybe a comeback if they're thinking about that, right? But, we've seen from Tucson, these kickoffs have been awkward. They've been weird to field. And I don't think it's going to be possible to get one of your speedy returners to catch the ball, to get his hands on the ball for this. So, that's good design by the Titans here, to have these kind of kickoffs be weird and help them in the field position game. And we'll see if Tucson can put another knuckleball in the air for this one.
In high school football, if you can hold the opponent to behind the 40-yard line on a kickoff, it's absolutely huge, because some big kick returns could definitely spark comebacks, like you said. It'll be fielded, and Grafton and many other Titans will be there. So, like we said, they hold them behind the 40. Definitely a win for this Titan special teams.
Nowhere to go, and it'll be first down, Mountaineer.
Kicking 3 instead of giving and turning it over. A kicker is always good in high school football because of not
Ball at the 32.
points instead.
Watch for the pass! Watch for the pass!
Jimenez hands off to Declet. Leone gets home, brings him down at about the 36.
Yeah, good job from Leone to trace that down in the back there. And
now coming up.
That's more in line with what the Mountaineers want on first down. We haven't seen one of those, at least on rhythm, on schedule, first down runs in a while here, so that might help them out here at the start of this drive.
Jimenez, immediate rollout right. A throw on the run, deep, and it's picked off! It's Ian Williams again! His second pick of the game! And the Titans will take over! Ian Williams doing magical stuff on both sides of the football, helping the Titans propel closer to a victory.
Feet is lean and mean.
Yeah, and we talked to Ian Williams during the week, and he said that, we talked about playing two ways, and now he's got 2 interceptions. He's got multiple touchdowns in this game. And he said, I asked him about how does playing two ways affect your mindset? How does that affect your focus? And he says, I just don't let one side affect the other, right? He said that it's something that he's been doing all year, and, we can see that with the way he's playing out there, He looks focused, he looks locked in on both sides of the ball, and he's really been a huge factor in this game.
All right, folks, here we go. First down, Titans.
So we'll see what the mindset is for the Titan offense. As now you have somewhat of a comfortable lead, 3 possessions. Williams still drops back to throw. Deep ball for Abelard. It's caught. And he's wrapped up at the 23. Abelard hangs on through contact.
Well, that was incredible. That was a fantastic throw from Ian Williams there. Just dropped it in the bucket in stride to Abelard there. And, able to connect on that big pass play, which is something that we haven't quite seen yet in this game from either team, is the big throw over the top. But this time it lands as we've got a player down now for the Mountaineers.
Looks like Watson down on the play. And we'll take a minute here until he gets up.
Looks like a cramp.
And we're back as Watson is not walking off on his own power. 2 trainers at his side.
Having trouble putting weight on his right leg.
Well, the right leg looks to be the issue, as the tackle made from him on Abelard looked a bit awkward, as he was just kind of hanging on to Abelard. I don't quite know what happened there, but he's still struggling to walk off the field. As he's walking off the field now with some assistance from the trainers. A minute left in the third quarter. Titans have the ball at the 23. The clock will now run.
Yeah, at this point you're up 20. The game's not quite over, so you want to keep going here, but don't let anyone get hurt here. Play it safe here, run the ball, and don't do anything crazy.
Hand off to Singh. He bounces off a defender. He makes another man miss, and he'll be wrapped up by
Cabrera and Polito.
Polito and Cabrera on the play.
Hey, folks,
and the clock will run out in the third quarter. The Titans lead 27-7 going into the fourth.
And that'll end the third quarter. What a third quarter
So we're back. 12 minutes left in this playoff football game. The Titans lead by 20. Williams will take it himself along the left side. Flag will be thrown. So we'll see if the run stands. Look to be a flag in the backfield. And it will be illegal hands to the face on the offense.
Yeah, and, we saw Williams go down earlier in the game with, in that far corner of the end zone. And you don't want to see that again. And, it's been actually, huge that he was okay. And he came back into the game. He threw a touchdown. And he's had multiple touchdowns since then. And, it's huge that he's okay. But, you don't necessarily want to run him here. And if he does run, maybe try to avoid some of those hits in this fourth quarter.
We don't see Williams slide often when he takes off. So, maybe that's something he could take into consideration late in this game, especially with an early injury. It's Abelard in motion. Williams will take it himself once again. He'll get a block from Singh, cuts over the middle of the field, and he'll be down at the 16. 56 on the tackle, as he will not slide again.
Yeah, and just so hard to defend when you've got, again, they put the misdirection in the backfield. You've got Abelard motioning through there, and it looked like the exchange even was a little bit awkward. But when you have so many bodies in there, even if the exchange is a little bit awkward, it's still hard to defend there. And you just run Williams up the middle there, and the defense is confused. The linebacker's confused, and that allows for a big play.
So we got a stack of receivers on the bottom. Nobody out wide on the right side. Williams drops back. He'll throw to Singh. Singh lowers the shoulder, and he'll be out at around the 8-yard line. It was Alexander John.
Yeah, so way to go for Singh to just run over that linebacker out in the open field there. You think linebacker in the open field versus an agile running back like Singh, you think he might try to juke him, make a move, spin around him, but that time the pass, his momentum was just going straight into the linebacker there, and he's able to run him over.
First and goal from the 8-yard line.
Stack of receivers along the sideline. Williams hands it off to Singh, and he'll fight down to the 4.
Yeah, and it looks like at this point in the game they're just playing it safe. They don't want to turn over the football. They're handing it off to Singh, and keeping it on the ground with Williams, and just looking to protect the ball, punch it in here, and it's pretty much game over.
2 hands on the football at all times for this Titan offense. As like you said, you cannot risk a turnover, especially when you have a chance to put this game away right here. Hen line up on the bottom, one-on-one with Sanchez. Abelard and Rink up top, sitting in the backfield. Williams drops back. Looks like there's a bit of confusion, and Williams throws an interception, or the ball's out, but it looked to be a touchback. So Mount St. Michael's will take control at the 20.
Yeah, and if you're Ian Williams, you just got to throw that one away. It was a busted play from the very beginning. Had a man in his face, but able to escape to his left. And at that point, you just throw the ball away. It's very late in the game. You don't need to make any hero plays. You don't need any of that. You could just throw the ball out of the back of the end zone there. But that could be a big mistake in this game if this starts to flip here. We're still a long ways away from that. It's still a 3-score game. But that's the kind of mistake that maybe in this kind of game it doesn't hurt because you're up 20. But maybe next week if you make that mistake, maybe that could be a big problem. So you want that to be cleaned up by the time you have your next game.
And it can 100% still be a deciding factor in this one, as there's a slim chance, but it's never zero, of a comeback for Mount St. Michael's, as Urena with the short completion.
Yeah, good tackle from Abelard, and the Mountaineers will go quick here.
Jimenez takes the snap, rolls out to his right, and he'll just chuck it away.
Yeah, good job by Morales there on the edge to keep the contain and not let Jimenez get to the edge there and look downfield, keep his eyes downfield, and make a bigger play. When you stay out there, when you have that contain, when you prevent Jimenez from escaping, that forces the incompletion, that forces the throwaway there, and a good decision by Jimenez to just get rid of that ball and play another down.
All right, folks, 3rd down.
3rd and 5. As you can imagine, Mount St. Michael's will go for it if they don't get it, no matter what. Jimenez, immediate rollout, throw on the run. He's got a man for a first down. It's Diaz on the completion. They'll hurry to the line.
Tackle by Demarion
Singh on a tackle.
Yeah, that's a big tackle from Singh because little underneath passes like that won't kill you with how much time is left on the clock. But if that breaks further, that could be a problem.
Pass completed to Declet as Mount St. Michael's will have a 2nd and short.
Second down.
And, for a pass game that's struggled here, it looks like they might be starting to find some rhythm here. So let's see if Jimenez can continue to just dink and dunk here down the field.
Jimenez drops back. Throw deep down the left side. It is incomplete. Rink on the coverage. He seems to be a bit shaken up.
Yeah, and they're going to stop play here for Rink, who on the far sideline looks like he's got maybe a lower body injury, and he's been helped out by a couple of teammates now. Ryan Reed there was the intended target, and we just talked about how they were hitting some of the underneath throws, and then Mount St. Michael goes for the big shot up top, and I don't hate it because of how much time is left in the game. But if you're gonna do that, you gotta have the matchup, you gotta have the accurate throw, you gotta have the receiver you want on that, and it looked like the ball was just a little bit too far out there for Ryan Reed. So Mount St. Michael here. Now you've got 3rd and short here, so we'll see if they can pick up the first down and keep it rolling.
7:44 on the clock. Jimenez paired with Declet in the backfield. They'll hand it off to Declet, but Hen makes sure he goes nowhere. It's Joe Hen on the tackle. And it looks like they'll have a first down. But Hen held them to about a 3-yard run. Moving at the line. We'll see who this is on.
Yeah, and for Mount St. Michael, and that's going to be an encroachment on the Titans. For Mount St. Michael, not a lot of things have worked really well in this game since that first drive, but the snap count has worked in the cases that they have used it, and that time it looked like the entire Titans defensive line jumps off from the snap count.
Snap, Jimenez drops back, short pass, and he is forced out of bounds. Flag thrown.
Yeah, that's going to be an unnecessary roughness on Grafton there. Just threw him down to the ground when he was already out of bounds, and that was Ryan Reed on the catch.
And I don't know if I quite agree with that call, as he was mid-tackle, as Grafton did toss him out of bounds, but in my opinion, that is a clean tackle.
Yeah, the process of this tackle started in bounds, so I could see the argument there. I think the refs are going to say, though, that the actual throw at the end was when he was out of bounds.
7:15 to go in the fourth. 27-7 Titans. Jimenez drops back, takes a deep shot. It is just out of reach. Diaz was the intended target.
Pass intended for number 11.
Yeah, he had a step there on Eric Hayes, and Jimenez just couldn't quite drop it in the bucket there, maybe a yard or two less, and that would have been in stride into the end zone there. And the deep passing game for both sides of the ball for both sides of the game for Mount St. Michael Holy Trinity hasn't really worked very well. But that was a chance there for Mount St. Michael, and couldn't quite convert. Just got to throw it, underthrow that before you overthrow it. Just give your receiver a chance at least on that.
Jimenez under center, toss to Declet, and he'll burst forward. Rink with the tackle, but Declet really fought forward for a couple yards as he'll be
3rd and 4.
down at the 21.
Yeah, and it's good to see Rink back out there after he looked a little bit shaken up and making a tackle. So good job.
Jimenez, play action pass, rolls out, throw on the run. It is caught, but he's taken down in bounds. The clock will move.
Yeah, and Elliott on the outside has been, one of the more consistent pieces in the passing game in this game so far. When they get Jimenez outside of the pocket, when they get him, looking to the outside in some kind of way, that's when he finds Elliott open, and they connect again there.
1st and 10. Jimenez drops back, and he's taken down. No, he got it away before the tackle. It was Richardson with the pressure.
And on it.
Yeah, and really all four of those guys up front, Richardson, Leone, Branch, and Morales, have been a factor in this game, even though a couple of those guys, Branch and Morales, are freshmen. So they've been a factor. They've been getting that pressure on the quarterback, and that's why, we've seen Jimenez in this passing game struggles, because even rushing forward, the Titans have been able to get back there to Jimenez and force him either out of the pocket or, to just, have an inaccurate throw like on that last one.
And on this Titan team, it doesn't really matter what year you are, as they've used a lot of freshmen, a lot of sophomores, and obviously the upperclassmen. Throw caught, and he is blown up inbounds. That was completed to Diaz.
3rd down.
Yeah, that was a good job by Eric Hayes to just read that little swing pass immediately, and he crashed down on that instantly. And he doesn't quite connect on the tackle there, but he makes the receiver there hesitate, and Ian Williams able to finish up.
High snap. Jimenez rolls out to his left. He'll throw it. It is caught short of the end zone. But they will move the chains.
Yeah, and that whole play, it just really hasn't looked very natural for the Mountaineer passing game in this game so far. This drive is, starting to pick up some momentum, some steam here. We'll see if they can punch it in. But, on that play, you have it breaks down. They're scrambling on the left. You got to throw a little, pop pass to connect for the first down. It's been really hard. And, when you have those hard plays to convert, it's very hard to repeat those. So, we'll see on this 1st and goal if the Mountaineers can punch it in and maybe get themselves back in this conversation for this game.
The Titans defense takes their first time out. They have 2 remaining. The Mountaineers have 3. 5:21 remaining in the ball game. 27-7 Titans.
Yeah, and the game is it's not necessarily over, especially if the Mountaineers are able to punch this in, right away. You probably will need at some point an onside kick with only 5:21 left in the game. But if they punch this in quick here, you've got all 3 timeouts, you force a 3 and out, and then maybe you're back to a 7-point game. So it's not necessarily over here with 5:21 on the clock.
It's not at all over, as we've seen many crazy stuff happen in high school football. But we'll see if the Mountaineers could cash in. First and goal from the 3. I'm curious to see if they'll use Declet on the run here, as he's been powering through all game. Man in motion. Declet the handoff, but he's short. It was Hen crashing in on the line. The clock will keep moving.
Yeah, and here, if you're the Mountaineers, you gotta go quick here. Every second at this point in the game is going to matter for you, and you can't afford to have awkward communication. You just got to get going.
Speaking of awkward communication, it appeared that Jimenez had to go over to the sideline to get the play call there. That definitely took a few seconds off the clock. Looks like they'll run the same play with Declet. He is in for the Mount St. Michael's touchdown. It will be 27-13, as there's still many ways to go before this team could fully come back.
Yeah, and if you're Mount St. Michael, I mean, we talk about it when they have these comebacks, when you're trying to make a comeback, you don't need the home run ball, and they were able to, for the most part, 5 yards, 10 yards, 15 yards down the field, and it only takes about 3 minutes for them to go, pretty much the whole length of the field. And that just goes to show you that you don't need to have the home run to make a comeback. So good job from Mount St. Michael to be safe, to be smart, and to just take what the defense is giving them. And now you've got maybe a shot here with now you're only down 14.
It was somewhat of a methodical drive, which is not really what you need, especially when you're down 2 scores with limited time. But it got the job done, as the kick is blocked by Leone. Jeremy Leone gets home. And the Titans will have a 14-point lead with 4:45 to go.
Finish it up.
And that's a big block for if you want to make the comeback here for Mount St. Michael, because now you've got to you don't win the game on extra points. Now you've got to, if you want to just win straight up on the comeback, you got to get 2, or you just got to go to overtime, and that's assuming that you do even make the kicks in the first place. So. Yeah, we'll see here. I don't think this is necessarily, you don't have to onside this here. I mean, you might want to if you're confident in your kicker to hit an awkward knuckleball, curveball here. But you can just kick this deep if you want, because you've got 3 timeouts. You could call all 3 timeouts, and you get the ball back with 4 minutes left in the game, and that would be enough time, easily if you're able to move down the field fast.
See, in my opinion here, you kind of have to go for the onside kick, as yes, you have 3 timeouts, but it is also 2 possessions. So we'll see what the Mountaineers could do here. They will onside kick it. It is picked up by the Titans at the 47. And we'll see
Can we get some love for
them
the fathers?
probably run the clock here.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, so, the thing about this now is you don't get the onside kick. The ball is now right around midfield, so this is going to be 4-down territory now for the Titans, so that extra down is going to help them here as they try to run out the clock. But, also to consider here is that, the game is not necessarily over unless the Titans pick up a first down or 2. So that's what they're going to be looking for here. Keep the clock rolling, but more importantly, pick up the first down.
So here we go. 1st and 10. Ball on the 47 in Titan territory. Hand off to Singh. He'll bounce to the outside. He'll cut back towards the middle. And the whistle's blown. 41 making the initial contact. It was Reagan.
Good job by Ryan Reagan there on the tackle, and also smart play by Demarion Singh. Wasn't there on the edge, and he doesn't try to race to the sideline because you don't want to stop the clock. So he cuts it back inside. He knows he's only going to get a yard or two, even with the cutback. But that's still the right decision because that allows you to keep the clock rolling and force Mount St. Michael to use a timeout, which is huge at this point in the game.
4:30 left in the 4th. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. 27-13 Titans. Ball on the 48. The Titans will likely run the ball here to waste the clock, but we'll see what Coach Tassone has planned for his offense.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they put the ball back in the hands of Ian Williams. This late in the game, are you going to, run that QB power, which they've been running before, or, earlier in the game, which, has had a lot of success with the guards pulling and, creating that gap on the inside for Williams to come up through. That's had a lot of success in this game. So we'll see if they run that again or if they go back to Singh.
So Singh's in the backfield. Another handoff. He'll bounce out to the right side. He has room, and he has the first down, I believe.
First down!
And that's another first down.
It's a Titan first down, a huge first down, as they'll have a lot more time to chew off the clock here.
Yeah, and that's absolutely the right decision by Singh there to go up for the first down, and even though he knows he's going to run out of bounds, he's going to stop the clock. It doesn't matter if you pick up the first down. So, good job there. And it looks like the Titans, they've got their backup receivers out there. They've got Gray, C.J. Gray. They've got R.J. Hill out there. Maybe they feel they're better blockers, or maybe they're just resting their starting guys so that there's no injuries.
Another handoff to Singh. And he'll be stopped behind the line. Looked like the little contact to the face there by Mount St. Michael's, but a no call here from the refs. 2nd down and 10.
Round of applause for the boys. Nice job, 12.
Grafton checks in. Sweeney comes out.
2nd down and long. I think they're just going to keep the clock running here. You don't want to risk a pass falling incomplete at this point in the game with this little time left on the clock.
Exactly right. You do not want to turn over here, as you want to let the clock run as much as you can in this situation. Williams handoff. Stopped before the snap goes off for a false start. That'll push the Titans back 5.
Is the call.
Yeah, it looks like for the Titans, they've got Shirlson Pierre-Charles out there at running back now. Subbed out Singh. Not sure if just giving him some rest. But, you get the false start here. Still 2nd and long. It doesn't really matter. You're just, at this point, you're just running the clock. So you just keep running the ball. Even the first down is not as huge as it was on that last set of downs, because at this point you could still run the clock down you could still run this down to around 2 minutes if you just run the ball here, and that's going to be that'll probably be more than enough to put the game out of reach.
Pierre Charles, the sophomore, like you said, probably giving Singh a rest. Williams hands off to Pierre Charles, And he's stopped just about at the line. It'll be 3rd down
Timeout.
and 15.
Mountaineers.
Timeout, Mountaineers.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see here if they don't pick it up here, the Titans, because it is 3rd and long. You might be in awkward enough range where you don't want to punt the ball, but it might be just like late enough in the game that you do punt it anyway. It might even be more of a risk, though. We've seen these punts get some big rushes, so, it might even be more of a risk to punt the ball in a game like this. So you do want to pick up some yardage here and make it a 4th down. You just run the ball on 4th down or something like that, and you just keep the ball on the ground.
With under a minute to go.
Indiana at their own 17. Me too. I'm just giving you all. Well, our season's over already. Oh, that's a beautiful goal. That's where one of the players 3 years ago, Josiah Brown, he went.
So Singh back in the game, it appears.
All right, folks, here we go.
Is a 3rd down and long.
This is 4th down, Sandy. So if we don't convert.
Williams drops to throw. He has a man left side. It's Hen! Hen stays in bounds. And he's down at the 24.
Joseph Hen.
Joseph Hen has basically sealed the game as it's another 1st down and the Titans have more opportunity to chew the clock.
Well, how about that? Just keep stay aggressive, keep your foot on the gas here. That's confidence in your quarterback and confidence in your receiver, Joe Hen, there to make a play. And so now Ian Williams is going to check out. Devin Michaels is going to check into this game. And, at this point, you could just kneel out the clock. So really good game all around from Holy Trinity. We saw the opening drive. They let up the run game and they let up the touchdown, but they bounced back in this game. And by the end of it, it's not even really that close between Mount St. Michael and Holy Trinity.
And Michaels will replace Ian Williams. Handoff to Singh. Middle of the field. Singh has room. It's another Titan 1st down.
Demarion Singh.
Yeah, and just a nice little exclamation point there on the end on the end of this game from Demarion Singh. He's had a great game. He's helped in the run game. He's been big, and Ian Williams, of course, the quarterback, has also been huge for this offense. And they've been big in the pass game and in the run game, as Ian Williams talked about during the week. That balance was definitely there today, and now they get to kneel it out in victory formation.
As we see the junior Devin Michaels come in at quarterback for Williams to take these final snaps. And there's one kneel down, as they will only need one more to seal this playoff victory.
So it's victory formation for the boys in green.
Yeah, definitely a big win here for the Titans. The defense was great for most of the game. The offense was also great for most of the game.
And he takes the final kneel as your Holy Trinity Titans will advance to the semifinals. They will face the winner of Zavarian versus Cardinal Spellman.
Just like the Jeffersons, the Titans are moving on up. Congratulations.
Absolutely huge win for the Holy Trinity Titans. And after this win, we'll see you next week. We are streaming the alumni soccer game tomorrow. But this Titan football team will move on with a huge victory versus the Mount St. Michael's Mountaineers. Thank you for joining us on the Holy Trinity YouTube page. We'll see you guys next time.
Get home safe.